Why, hello everybody! Welcome to another episode of Splash That Cash. I'm super excited to be bringing you another video. I haven't done one of these for a while because we've been on the road making live coaching videos and traveling the country, and I was in Europe as well, and I'm heading back there. Tomorrow I take a flight to Barcelona where I'm going to make a couple more videos. So I wanted to put a video out there before I left just to give you guys some content to deal with, and I saw a 2-4 no limit game going. It's a 4 max table, which is kind of strange, and then there was Corey Leadnug sitting at the table, which I'm not sure who he is, and so I sat at the table. Romeo's not too bad. I mean, if it was just him, I wouldn't. There's really no reason to be sitting at the table. I'm going to auto-fold Jack 5 off. So you have missed a couple hands, and the reason why Corey Leadnugs is up to 650, I dropped half a buy into him. I had 3-bet from the small blind with Queen 5 of diamonds, got 2 callers, and the flop came A6-5 with 2 spades. So Romeo called my 3-bet as well, and given that he's got a pretty strong range, and I didn't want to lead into 2 people on an ace-high flop board, it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I just figure I get floated, or like a whole shit ton of the time. But it checked to Corey Leadnug, and he bet under half size pot, and then I re-raised, repping ace king or ace queen. He called, and then I only had like 250 left into a pot of 330, and a spade hit the turn, and I didn't even have a spade in my hand, so I just elected to check fold, and he bet turn. But anyway, that's and then I topped up, so that's how that happened. My strategy coming into this, and Pook Nasty, I don't know who he is either. My strategy coming into this, because it is 4-handed, is I'm going to be really aggressive, mostly against Leadnug. I'm going to try and put him in a lot of spots, and then hopefully get really thin value later from being super aggressive. That's kind of the approach I take in these a little bit higher stake games online. Is I'm overly aggressive in position, hopefully picking up my bluff spots. Hopefully they fold, and then it gets to the point where they see a couple bluffs and I lose money, but then I end up getting super thin value later on, like king 9-4 boards where I have like 9-10 and end up getting max value for hands like that and stuff. So that's kind of my approach, and generally it works unless people are picking up hand over hand spots and stuff like that. I hope all of you are doing well and keeping up to track, keeping up to pace with the videos I've been putting out. I have a guy editing my live traveling videos and putting one out a week right now. I'm also going to try and put one online video out a week of me playing and talking through hands like I am right now. Sorry I've been so busy, but I'm super appreciative of all you who have been watching, and I've been meeting a ton of really awesome people, and just really excited about everything that's been happening. I'm going to 3-bet the button here, and really like large. Generally I wouldn't 3-bet this large, especially against a better player, because there's just not a whole lot of reason to. Corey Leadnug has been opening quite a bit, and I just want to keep putting him in high pressure spots. If he elects to 4-bet me, I'm just going to fold. But so he does call. I'm going to probably 2-barrel this for multiple reasons. I think that he can call a flop like this with a lot less than a king. And he elects to lead. Raising for me really doesn't make a whole ton of sense, to be honest. Because if I had ace king or aces, it'd put me in a really rough spot, and I think he knows that. I could just float. I'm not super happy with floating either. I'm just going to look for a better spot. So the reason I fold there is I am giving him credit for being a thinking player so far from the hands that we've played. And what happens on a board like that is if I raise, I basically have to have ace king, king queen, or aces, or maybe a set. Otherwise I have like complete air or flush draws or whatever. And generally, he's going to lead with something there. It could be a flush draw planning to, three bet all in, like the ace high flush draw, or it could be a set, or it could just be middle pair or whatever. But when I raise, I'm just not repping a whole lot. And from the past couple hands that we've played, he's kind of thinking that I'm just going uber nuts. So I'm trying to play the psychology right now. If it was like our first hand against each other, I probably would have elected to raise there, but my image against him is just terrible right now. I am going to be raising here for value though, because I just keep three betting him, and there's just not a whole lot of reason he should be folding to me. So I'm going king queen for value. Spots like this, I can get called by worse for sure, like queen 10, jack 9. Like I'm actually am gonna bet this for value. Yeah, obviously, he's never going to fold an ace. It would really suck to get raised, but I think that he can call with a lot worse, and I'm going to be barreling this now, obviously. I just don't think a jack's going to fold a flop if he thinks, I had air already. I think 88 is kind of like a weird number that he might just call. An ace probably still isn't going to fold. It'd be really, really strange if he shoved on me, but obviously, I'm just going to keep going for value after he calls the flop. But the reason I bet that when you have a bad image is, yeah, an ace has me beat and isn't going to be folding the turn either a lot of the time, and I'm just kind of like putting in more money with the worst hand. However, there's a ton of hands that he's not willing to fold to a flop bet if he calls my 3-bet pre. Anytime he has a queen, anytime he has a jack, anytime he has a gut shot, those are all going to be calling, and I'm getting a lot of value for that hand on the flop. And I still have position, and then let's say I don't improve the turn, I can just pot control, check back, and then hopefully pick off bluffs on the river and stuff like that. And I think by checking back the flop on an ace queen jack, I'm saying I have something, where if I'm betting, I don't always have to have something. So he could even get away from a jack on the turn if I check flop. There's just a lot that kind of goes into that. Now with threes here, two thought processes. I'm going to be checking it back, pot controlling a little bit, and repping ace highs. Romeo bets into me. I'm kind of in a tough spot where, okay, so if I call here, it's like I have to call river almost, because he's going to be putting me on ace high just a ton of the time, and I'm just going to end up folding threes. Against certain players, I would be calling two streets. So he could be betting, overcards and a gut shot there. He could be betting open ender. He could be betting complete air. And the thing is, when you elect to call that turn, you have to understand that he's going to be putting me on a really, really weak range all the time. So he's going to be betting hard on the river. And then at that point, it's just like, do I hero call or do I raise? And sometimes, given the situation, it's definitely okay. Romeo hasn't really played at me at all yet, and I just kind of like let him take it down. So hopefully I can get another 3-bet, which I will. And I think that Leanug actually might get sick of me in 4-bet, and if he does, I'm going to be getting it in. It's just like sevens is pretty much the top of my range that I've been raising, 3-betting him, and I've done it so much that he might just be like, fuck this guy, I make it 80, you know what I mean? And if he does, I'm just going to, there we go. And I got the exact number right too. So I'm going to be shoving, yeah, just because if I make it like 180 and he goes all in, it's just, I feel like maybe by shoving I might be able to get like 8s or 9s to fold. Obviously if he has 10s plus, I lose. I'm just going to lose, but he might even stack off here with like ace jack, ace queen, ace king, where I'm a favorite, and a lot of the time he's going to be folding. And he does call. And I got in as a favorite, and unfortunately I got it. Okay, so I got it in the exact spot that I wanted to. Obviously, he's not going to fold ace king. It is what it is. It's a high variance spot. Sevens is, like I said, like the top of my range, and I'm okay with getting it in against ace king there. That's perfectly fine. And I hope that he can fold 8s or 9s some of the time. Obviously, like I said, 10s plus are never going to fold. But that's a situation where I was just going pure